I'm Cash, and welcome back to Cash Talks Football, where I break down all the goals scored in the Premier League. And today we're covering Crystal Palace against Chelsea, who really should have won this game. I don't know, there's a lot going on at Chelsea, but it's also, if you're a Chelsea fan, the future does look bright for you. Because if you can get Jadon Sancho and Palmer playing together well, they're going to be a menace for a good 5 years, even longer to come. So on this first goal, the main issue you've got really here is if you've ever heard about the defender getting too tight to a striker or to a player, and then the ball's played to that guy and he just spins and runs in behind. It's that simple. The defender has no sort of idea that the striker can just let the ball run and then beat him for pace. And that's exactly what happens when this first pass comes in. Let's just move it on so you can see a little bit. As we move with there, boom, all he's doing is waiting. Oh, look, you've come in too close to me, mate. I'm off. It's shocking defending, really, because he should just know better. And just should know that the spacing behind him is dangerous at the halfway line. The spacing behind. He can afford for the player to have the ball and win it there and then close him down. But if he gets too tight to him, he's just going to spin him. Now, he did it without touching the ball. Now, he could have taken a touch and done it. So, if the defender's that close. So, it's just really, really poor defending. And then all it comes down to is how quick are you to the byline? Well, he's already got an advantage because he's turned you and he's facing that way and you're facing that way. Well, who's going to win the foot race? Now, Sancho does slow down a little bit because he has to go and collect the ball. It really does give enough time for the Palace defender to get back in, but he doesn't. He just sort of tracks him ever so slowly, casually down the side. Well, maybe I say slowly, casually, because you're not on the pitch level realising it's full pace, all right? But Sancho actually is looking up, actually trying to make a pass, which is pretty decent. And what Palace end up doing is panicking. You can see 3 players go to crush the ball and leave a player unmarked in the middle. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know why you're getting involved because you're not goal side. I don't know why you've left your player and run over here to deal with anything. And then he finds a nice little outside of the foot pass, puts it between them, and now Cole Palmer's just got to do what he does. He's going to score a goal. It's really just overall poor defending from Crystal Palace. It really is. Simply straight through bomb. Now he's just got to find a finish. Look at how much space he has in the 18-yard box. It's ludicrous, absolutely ludicrous, but it happens anyway, and he finds himself a little finish and puts it into the corner. Bosh, bosh, and there we go. 1-0 up to the Chelsea. We're going to do a bit of a Jackson watch here because this should have been another opportunity to score a goal. He needs to trust his left foot or toe poking it with the outside. Sorry, toe poking it with your right foot on the 18-yard box when you're facing this way, right? If he's facing this way and he's toe poking it this way, fine. But he's not. He's facing this way and he's trying to toe poke it that way. It's not going to work. He's just got to try to strike it with his left foot. Everyone's going to give him a bad time if he misses it, but at least he's trying to use the right technique in the right situation. If you can't select the right technique for the right situation, you've got a problem, and that's what you need to work on. Problem is, left foot, work on it right here. Or just keep running with it. You've already beaten him for pace. All of his selection and decision-making is wrong here, but he's in the right situation. He does have the ball, and he does get into these good situations. Look, pokes it with almost with the outside of his toe. You can't be doing that in that situation. He's just got to be trying to hit it with his left foot. And actually, if he does one of those little cheeky passes into this corner here with his left foot, he probably beats the keeper. But yeah, let's move on. Now, here's where the goal starts with Cole Palmer. He actually gets the ball. It's not quite under control. It's too much underneath his feet, and he needs to run forward with it, and he can't. He's got caught under it a little bit too much. So he ends up getting closed down and losing the ball. And that's a real problem in this area here. Look, ends up losing the ball. The problem with players with ability, sometimes they think they're better than they are, and they do decisions that you go, well, what are you doing that for? You're better. Why aren't you passing the ball or releasing it? Why aren't you just knocking the ball straight to that guy there, boom? Who's completely unmarked. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to turn these players? Because in their core, they have the belief that they can still beat these two players. And sometimes that's just a detriment, and that's what ends up happening. He loses the ball in midfield, and off the Palace go. Now, there's a couple of key points here I want to show you as well, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3. You can see he's tracking his run. This guy I've got respect for. I'll show you why in a second. But as we move it forward, you can look, it's just an easy ball straight into the middle. And the reason why is because this run has taken him completely and utterly out of the game. Because that transition's happened so quick, from him losing the ball into one, run, flick, that little run has pulled him totally out of position. Now, this is also quite interesting because he does start to recover very, very quickly to put pressure on that ball. And then what do you do here as a striker? Do you back yourself or do you roll it to your teammate and he gets an easy goal? Well, actually, I like the fact that he rolls it to his teammate. To me, that means he's thinking. The chances of his teammate scoring are pretty much 95%. The chances of him scoring are pretty much about 75%. Why? Because he's still got to beat the keeper, right? So it's easier, it's better if he rolls it to his teammate. I thought he made the wrong selection when I was watching it. I thought the pass was just a little bit too poor, but it wasn't. It was just enough, perfectly teed up. Keeper's now out of the equation, and all he's got to do is hit the target, which of course he does. Now I want you to keep your eyes on this little wee cat right here, okay? Watch his reaction. This is a good reaction right here. The goal goes in, and he is not happy. That means he cares about his football and he's actually going to become a better player. If you don't care about something, you're not really going to be better at it. You've got to put the effort in. Otherwise, you don't get anything out. Good job, young man. And other than that, I'll see you next time on Cash Talks Football.